All right, Shalom. Kahalayim La Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and to the elders of Great Millstone that really teach well. Much peace, love, and salutation to the hopeful elect that are pushing His word and truth and sincerity of heart. Shalom. This is the brother Batak back again with another lesson. The Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. I was doing a video and I actually stumbled across a piece of information that I don't know if I've brought out before, but if I have, I'm bringing it out again. This is going to be about marriage, and this is something that I stumbled across doing a lesson, man. I wasn't even intending to find this information, but I did. So we're going to do a video on it. I typed in, because I seen it, so I retyped it in, what is the minimum age Rome, all women to marry. That's a typo, Slakia. I mistyped it in, but it still gave me the right answer. I meant to type in what is the minimum age Rome allowed women to marry, but as you can see, I misspelled it. So forgive me on that part. It says in ancient Rome, which is Rome, the Roman culture and Roman philosophy is heavy in America's rulership. Today we go by Roman numerals. A lot of the things that exist in America are directly from the Roman Empire. I believe the Roman Empire had something similar to the Statue of Liberty as well. Let me verify that fact. Did Rome have something similar to the Statue of Liberty? I forgot what it's called. Did Rome have a statue? Let me type it. A Statue of Liberty. I think. Come on, no. All right. Ancient Rome did not have a colossal Statue of Liberty like the New York, but it did have shrines, coins, and statues dedicated to Libritas, the ancient Roman goddess of personification of liberty. Why does fucking Google like to talk in circles? This is talking in circles. Oh, it didn't have a Statue of Liberty, but it did have a statue dedicated to liberty. Come on, man. It's some shit that just annoys the fuck out of me. It says the connection to Rome. The goddess, the famous Statue of Liberty in New York, was directly modeled after Libritas, featuring her classical Roman stolas, torch, and ragnate crown designed elements. So that is another similarity between what? Rome and America. See? Look. You got the Statue of Liberty in America, and then you have the Statue of Liberty in ancient Rome, which is a statue to a goddess by the name of Libritas. See? So if America is not connected in Rome in any way, if you don't believe that, then this should show you that there is a connection. Are there two original Statues of Liberty? There is only one full scale, blah, blah, blah. Let me see, Libritas. Yes, ancient Rome has statues dedicated in depictions of Libritas, the goddess and personification of liberty. Wow, there you go. The Statue of Liberty in America is similar to what? Libritas, which is the ancient Roman goddess of liberty. So there's not much more you can do, you can put to that, because it's clear, it's plain and simple. He that has ears to hear, let him hear. That shows you that America and Rome are similar. And basically, America's nothing but Rome all over again. Now, one thing about Rome was what? And then you have, let's bring out another fact to connect America to Rome. Let's type in Rome, Maryland. Maryland is a state in the United States, right? Where the Washington, D.C. is at. You see? So this is Washington, D.C. today. You know what it was called before it was called Washington, D.C.? It was originally called Rome, Maryland. There you go. Before it was called Washington, D.C., it was called Rome, Maryland. Rome, Maryland was a 400-acre 17th century land tract owned by a planter named Francis Pope in 1663. Located in what was the Prince George's country, Maryland, the property sat directly on the site where the U.S. Capitol now stands, and its bordering stream was playfully named Tiber Creek. Tiber Creek is from Rome as well. Let's type in Tiber Creek. I'm spelling it wrong. Tiber Creek. Tiber Creek, originally called Goose Creek, is a historic paved tributary of Potomac River in Washington, D.C. It once followed naturally for the hills of Capitol Hill, blah, blah, blah. Let's see, hold on, wait, what? The Tiber River, known as Tiber in Italian, is the third largest river in Italy, which is in what? Rome. See? So that river by Washington, D.C. was called Tiber Creek after Rome. See? The scripture says what they call their lands after their own names. That the Americans are the Romans, man. Rome just had a powerful military, just like America has the powerful military. Did Rome have a military similar to America's? Similar to America's in strength. Rome and America both had huge military power, but they worked in different ways, of course. America relies on high-tech weaponry, global logistics, and nuclear deterrence. Rome relied on massive numbers of professional foot soldiers, permanent frontier forts, and steady expansion over time. See? So Rome had a less advanced, but their military was less advanced than America's, of course, because of technology and modern warfare. Knowledge has increased, but they still had a powerful military, you know? That just to show you the comparison. Rome relied on blah, blah, blah. I already read all that. So, here we go. Rome and America both had powerful militaries. That shows you that there's a comparison, that America is basically the modern day Rome. If Rome existed today, what nation, if Rome existed today, what nation would they be in military strength and advancement? Let me see what it says. Let's see. I like the way this is going. It says, if the Roman Empire at its peak around the 2nd century AD exists today with its proportional scale of power, wealth, and technological advancement, it would rank as a top-tier global military superpower. Who's the top-tier global military superpower on paper today? Quote unquote America. It says comparable only to the United States. Call liar, how about y'all shot, man? You can't get around it. Or a combined European/NATO military apparatus. There you go, bro. This is it. That's the truth. There you go. There it is, man. So if the Roman Empire was allowed today, who would it be? It would be America in the EU, which is what? The beast with 7 heads that Revelation speaks about. That great dragon with 7 heads and 10 horns, man. The prophecy is not lying. America and the EU, NATO is basically Rome revived, bro. There you go, man. There you go. So what the prophets, what the elders and apostles of Great Millstone are speaking about is facts, bro. There it is. There's the proof. Google is telling you, man. See, that's why if you word it right, you might get the answer that you're looking for. And I had to word it right. Because if you word it any other way, it might not give you this answer. So if Rome exists today with its military power that it had at the time, it will be comparable to the United States and NATO. There you go, man. There you go, bro. Oh man, this is urgent right here, bro. Everybody needs to see this, man. So let's continue on. Got a little excited, because this shows you, bro, that we have the truth, man. We have, not starting with the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, they was right about the prophecies, man. They was right about the beast with 7 heads and 10 horns, man. They was right that America is Rome all over again. And that showed you that. So I know I got a little bit off a topic in comparing America to Rome, but this is neat. This is building up to the point that I'm gonna make in this lesson. Hold on, wait, where was it? Where is it this? I gotta go back. I'm trying to find where the average. Oh, okay. I probably. Let's type it in again. All right, this was the original point of this lesson, but the Spirit took over and took me somewhere else to show you the comparison between America and Rome, and that was the icing on the cake. And Thawadi Haba Shemel shouted, I found that because it proves to you, man. It proves that America is basically Rome all over again. And this is something about Rome that America, this is something that people will find interest in. It says in ancient Rome, the legal minimum age for a girl to marry was 12 years old, while for boys it was 14. Betrothal could legally happen even earlier, starting at ages 7. What? So in America, women are allowed to marry at what age? I believe the age of consent is 16, I believe, in some states. Historically, and under traditional common law adopted from England, the minimum age for a female to marry in parts of the U.S. was as low as 12 years old with parental or judicial consent, because marriage laws were set individually by each state rather than the federal government. The exact minimum age was always varied significantly by location and era. Oh, what? So you mean to tell me that the early European women, early European men was marrying women at 12 years old? What? But what happened? Wait, she's a child. This is just strictly to mock you people that don't understand history. That's what this lesson is for. The minimum age was 12 years old, man. So you have people out there that talk about the grape situation and how, according to the ancient history, which this history is also in America, right? This is to show you the contradiction that people don't understand history, and they just want to get emotional about the grape situation, you know? Now, we The scriptures tell you all things are lawful but not expedient. It's not expedient to be marrying, young women of that age, but we're just making it clear that in history, even in the history of America, the history of England, men married women at the age of 12. Because what? The boy might have been 15, the girl might have been 12, or vice versa, or, this is just to show you, man, that men married younger, women were married off at younger ages, man. In today's society, it's frowned upon, but people don't understand history, and that's the whole point I wanted to bring out in this lesson. So what? The Romans were pedophiles? Were the Romans pedos? Huh? Can somebody answer that question? Were Romans pedos? Because were early Americans pedos? Huh? Because they were marrying women at 12? Or women got married off at 12? Were they pedos? You see? So, you believe in America, right? You love America. America idolizes Rome, right? Why nobody got nothing to say about this? Why are people quiet about this? So it shows you not even in Hebrew Israelite culture or Hebrew Israelites, traditions, that not only in our tradition, according to the Bible, women were married at a young age in our traditions, as well as it was in the Roman Empire, as well as it was in England. So even in America's ancient history, women were married off at a younger age, man. It just was historical. It's historical facts, man. And people get all butthurt because we tell you how it was in the ancient world. But we're not doing this. We're just telling you how it is, man. Bringing out the facts, because we're prophets of the Lord. We tell you the facts. So the grape situation is, as you can see, man. Look, it is what it is. It says in the United States, the minimum age at which a person can marry with or without parental consent or other authorization is set by each state and territory, either by statute or what the common law applies. The general marriage age, lacking authorization for an exception, is 18 years of age in all states except Nebraska, where the general average marriage age is 19, and Mississippi, where the general marriage age is 21. The general marriage age is commonly the age of majority. So, as you can see, man, the general marriage age is much higher than it was in the ancient days, and that's because Esau changed he changed the laws, man. But don't forget, there was a law that you could marry a woman that's young as 12 years old in the Roman Empire and in ancient America. So this is just to show you some proof that men married women at younger ages. But today, if you do that, they'll call you a PDF. You see? But even in American history, which I'm going to keep repeating, they marry young women. So I just wanted to, and you're going to call America's basically Rome all over again. So what, you're going to call the Romans PDFs? No, you're going to call them PDFs? That's my question to those that have a controversy or have a problem with, how marriage was in the ancient world, So I just wanted to do this quick lesson to show you the comparison between American Rome and America's military in Rome and America's marital age compared to America and the Roman Empire. So, Lord willing, this quick lesson was edifying through the Spirit and power. Y'all bless you now. I'm going to close out by giving all praises and the glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Kakwadash, the bonus to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone.